Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back. Today we are trying out a new game that I just picked up called Mini Settlers. Really interested to see how this goes. A lot of resource management, building up your city and trying to solve a bunch of challenges and problems. Looks like it should be pretty cool. So let's dive in and see what the campaign is like. Got Tutorial Island up first. Welcome to your new land. Start small, learn the ropes, and lay the first stones of your future settlement. Trying to complete the population goal. Looks cool. Let's try that out. Love the graphics. So we got move camera around. Easy to do. We can zoom in and out. We can drag the camera around. How do we open the handbook? Let's do this up here. Very cool. Lots of things that we will look at more as time goes on. And then we are on the one-time speed, but we can pause or go faster. So construct a water well and then construct an apple farm. Let's see what we can do here. So water, basic water. Then we can go into the food and we can do apple farm. And how do we rotate? That was not. We do this. So let's say we bulldoze that. R rotates. Okay, so that's easy enough. So if we do apple farm and then interesting though, it didn't seem to really respect that we placed that already. Interesting. What is it looking for us to do? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I know why. It's probably not liking the fact that we are paused. So if we take that off, drag over. Because now those resources are going to start to fill up. And then it's going to trigger that. So then we can build roads. Build roads with anchors. So if we take this, we probably want, okay, basic road, and we're going to want that to go to there. And then we can take the road off. What do they mean by anchors? I see it just locks it in place. So we can do the road here. And if we happen to really like the graphics that they've got going on here. So if we do, let's get another one of these on the go over here. 2260. Interesting. You don't want to be engaging with the existing trees that are there, but so then we can take a road here. Did our build roads. We can build a road to there, and then we can probably come along and destroy. And then we just need to do one more anchor road. I say the maximum length. Let's do that. Construct a city center. Interesting. Do that. Feel like we want to minimum road length. Interesting. So if we destroy this, that, can we make this road look better and have this? So now we need houses. Let's see what those houses do. I really love the art style. It's really kind of interesting. Let's see, I don't know how long the roads should be, but we'll go there to start with. So houses. Okay, so you want to be near the city center. So they need water. It's good we've got lots of water coming, so they should be able to handle all of that. I think it's kind of cool how they move from node to node. So we need more houses. So if we do kind of pesky that they have to be they have to be within a radius of the city center, but we can make that work. So if we make the houses over here, really, really large. I guess I need to, it doesn't like, I guess it didn't snap onto the grid there, did it? So let's extend our roads out farther. So let's see what we can do now for houses. Can we, oops, rotate, which is this? So it has to stay. Interesting. So we're going to impinge on our apple farm, I guess. It's probably okay. Oh, max houses, okay. Lots of water going on, but let's see, we can probably do even more water if we just go like this. Take that off, and then we get the road, and we take the road over. So now theoretically, as needed, water should come up out of here. Everything's pretty good at the moment. Oh, now they're starting to want apples. Lots and lots of apples. Really like the art style. I think it's cool, very minimalist. I feel like the haven't optimized these nodes very well. So you can extend just by clicking on there. We're trying to get to 80 people. Interesting. So are these going to go up? So we get to, so they need water and food to start with. And then they need to, once they get a high enough population value, then they'll want to start looking for furniture by the looks of it. Interesting. 56 people. How do they need, how do we get them more? Or is it just that they are? Moving the water pretty efficiently, I feel like. Now we can send the water either way. Yeah, more food. Okay, we're up to 78, so our population is going up. Okay, so now we want a second city center, construct 5 more houses, a warehouse for apples, a warehouse for water, and then we need to get to 150 people. So where's those? So warehouses are here. So if we made, so like we could put a couple over here. So we could go put one there and one there. And we could make this one for water, and we could make this one for apples. And then we could also probably, so where do we want our second city center to be? So if we make, let's see if we extend this road, I feel like we can take this road down here. But if we make a warehouse, we put like apples in there and we put water in there, we come over here and we build our, yeah, I think we can still do that here. So let's do it like that. Then we can probably do our, if we rotate these, okay, so you need to be off of this. Okay. The build areas for these city centers are a little annoying, but we can make this work. Let's see. Let's try that. And then if we go like that, let's build the houses. Like that. Because then we can also probably optimize a bit. We could build another, rotate this, not there, and then we can probably build a road. So then we can start funneling water that way. I'm already seeing some optimizations that I would make now that I kind of get an understanding of how things are working. But I like this. I think it's cool to have the warehouses in as an intermediary in between the resources and the demand centers. Feel like, okay, this must grow over time. The more people, yeah, probably the more houses and more people, the bigger the city, the city center gets, which is nice. It lets you build out farther. We should be operating pretty effectively. Just need six more. Six more population. Come on, let's go. It's fun to see everything moving along the little road networks here. Settlement goal reached 150. New building unlocked. So we've got, let's pause here for a second. So what do we got? We want to construct a lumber camp and a stone quarry. So this is going to be interesting. So now we're probably going to get, so let's see. Oak forest or oak. Okay, so you can plant trees and you can harvest them. So let's go. So if we put this, if we flip this around, if we go like that, build a couple, build a road. Bring that up there, but then if we add small warehouse, then we can set this to be that. So if we start running with that, we should see, so the trees should get harvested. And then we should bring things up to the warehouse. I see it's consuming apples. Consuming apples, and then we're going to get lumber. Is that the idea? Oh, I see. Okay, so things are lingering here to get to this last node. Not exactly super optimal. Now, if we pause, yeah, so these want their furniture. So let's look at how we're going to do this. How do we make furniture? So we're going to need hammers, whatever hammers means. So let's build a road. I always press that by mistake. So then let's add, I think we probably want a warehouse in between. So if we go to that, store chairs there. We can also probably wonder if we can do something interesting with the roads over here. What if we make a bit of a back road that comes down like this? Then what if we work on getting some resources here? And we take a road to bring that in like that. And we can probably and let's make another little warehouse over here. So we can make one warehouse for lumber, one warehouse for chairs. Now, so we need a stone. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, so this is a stone tool maker, which is what we also need for furniture. So if we take a road, take you all the way down. How big can we make we get stone first, so the quarry, rotate. Oh, so it's really awkwardly shaped. Can we get more? Escape that. Let's destroy that road. Can we get another? How do we get another one of these? Do we not? Is that just not? Okay. I think we're getting more than one at the moment. I feel like we could optimize that a little better, but let's oh, we can't. Okay, so how do we, that is awkward. Lose you for a second. How do we, Escape. Can we make the road connect? It's too short. That is annoying, game. Let's see, we want the road. Why do you want the road to be so short? Okay, there we go. Now we're connected. And then I guess we can try just to make tools. Make the tools here. We want to make the tools there. I don't know how many different, I don't know how important the warehouses are for all things. I don't think we're going to be making the tools fast enough for that to be super optimal. Let's try playing this and seeing what happens. We should start to get a lot of everything's in high demand. I think we're probably going to want to make things up here as well. Let's see, are we starting? Oh, there's a chair over here. It's just a matter then of getting the chair out because everybody's bringing a lot of contention because there's a lot of the water and apple resources coming through, and it's like, how do we make that more optimal? Because it's jam-packed on this node right here. It's turfing stuff all over the place. Can we do this better then? Can we have a warehouse there that stores apples? Oh, okay, we got to our goal. I feel like there's some optimization we can definitely make here to make these resources flow better. But I think we can learn that as we move forward. Back to campaign. Yes. So what do we do now? So we did well on that. How do you, I wonder what this 2 and 3 are. See if we go forward. Interesting. So now we can go on to the Eden Isle. Build your first highways to link faraway cities and build your first monument. Highways are interesting. I assume that's going to be a more efficient way to zip resources back and forth. Looks like we're looking for, it says 700 population up here. Down here it says 950. What were we trying to get over here? We got to 180. So this is going to be quite a bit more. Let's see what our, this is large. So let's pause to start. Let's see, what do we got down here? What is this? Oh, a monument. Interesting. So driver speed is increased by, so we can increase driver speed by 25, up to 25% by the looks of it. That is cool. So if we come in here, let's see, we want to go to build. So I assume we want to kind of start out similar to what we were doing last time, but I think we want to try to be a bit more efficient. So I'm curious if we come here, what is the best way? So if we go and we place that, then we go here. if we do that, and if we do that, so there's going to be lots of water, which is good. So if we wanted to build roads, so if we brought that over to there, down to there, so if we brought that down to a main road, which we then brought that way, so then we could place a warehouse. Okay, so no warehouse yet, but I think that what we'll want to do is I think we're going to want to place a warehouse over here to funnel the water to. Now we want to look at the apple farm. So again, I feel like I want to optimize. I want to have those off on their own. Whoops, we didn't put the, yeah, so now we're got the road. So if we do that, and then we bring that way. So what I want to try to do is end up with things on these like little feeder roads, like so they're all off in their own little suburbs, so they're not ideally in too much contention with each other. Although there's probably going to be some weirdness as it comes out onto this main road, because the main road's probably going to get crazy. So now we also want to figure out what we're going to do for a city center. Yeah, okay, so you must be able to level this stuff up, like a level 3 city center. Okay, we'll get there. But now, what is going to be the optimal layout for a city center? So if we do that, what are our options for houses around that? 1, 2, go 1. I think 4 is the most we can fit going that way. Interesting. It's slightly awkward in its shape. I think we could try, actually, you know what we could do? We could do, yeah, let's go over here. So if we wanted to bulldoze, so if we did that, but then we go back here and we build and we do those again, but we leave one. So if we look to build roads, so what I'm looking to try to do here is I would like to, oh, and that's annoying, okay. So if we, again, so let's try, so if we're doing roads, we want you, this is probably gonna not be the most efficient, but I want to see what happens when we, okay, so we want to go to there. That's probably what we want. And then if we take this road past, So I want to try to have these main roads that things can come through on, and then going off into resources or into residential areas, which are their own thing. So if we try running this, let's see what happens. Let's see what kind of chaos we get up to here. So everything's going to start generating resources, and then things should get starting to funnel out to the city. Oh, and the water's going that way first. Don't love that, but it should start to move to the city. Yeah, okay, we're good there. We do have more water down here that we could try to tap into if needed. Which might be interesting. See, the interesting thing is I feel like you just want to avoid multiple resources having to, like in this case, it's probably okay with two resources having to go along here. I feel like, oh, that's interesting. A filtration post. You can use this filtration post to block as many resources as you want from going through a specific road post. So I guess I could put this over here and say, don't bring water from here into the city. Like bring water from here up. And then this water could be used for just for the farm at the end here, the apple farms. Interesting. So let's see. So if we go and do how do we unlock this? Oh, it needs to be 100 population. See, so that is the milestone that we're looking for, I guess. So what I'm curious now, if we go back to roads, so if we went and we brought that down to there, and we bring it across to there, so what I am curious is if we can, oh, we haven't unlocked that yet. We haven't unlocked anything yet. Just need lots of population, but I'm curious to basically start the process of getting some water from down here as well. So if we bring the road, yes, then we just take like the road over to there. Probably not quite as optimal as I could be, but I don't think it's too bad. I think both of those should generate quite a bit. So if we go up here, don't love the size of that residential. I wish it fit better. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe, so if we go and let's take that off. Can we put a couple of residentials up here and then start the same pattern going down the other side? So if we do that, that, and then we do, so we need to be over one more, yeah, right there. So if we go that. So then if we bring the roads around, doesn't give us quite the same shape because of the weird shape of the city center. That gives us a lot more houses, which should help our population. And so we're maxed out on houses that can currently be supported by that city center. Now we're feeding water from both directions. So my thinking, I'm going to have some forestry stuff going on over here. I think that'll be useful. And I wanted to have basically two different roads for these things to head towards the city on the assumption that maybe that would be more optimal. Maybe we still end up with some weird bottlenecks, but maybe there'll be some interesting road changes we can make. So it looks like we've got a population max potential of 240 and we're up to 44. Should be good. That's going to get us to our 100 that we need to unlock stuff really soon. Like I said, I love this. The artwork is very cool. I love the simplicity of it. It's like, just give me the information I need for the resources and, for the functionality of things. It's really cool. Clouds moving, the little cloud shadows moving past. Very nice. I'm not getting much water flowing out of down here, but I think that's okay because we're going to do some things here that are going to require water likely because we're gonna then I assume we're gonna have our stone that we're gonna want to do down here because we'll want the stone and then we'll probably also want to be funneling up stone tools. Can have an intermediate spot here for furniture. We have 276. Let's speed it up a little bit more. Just need to get to 100 and then we can open up the next wave of things. So I'm starting to funnel out. And like I said, I think once we get to 100, we can get this small warehouse, which we can then start to put some warehouse intermediaries in here, which I think will make it quicker to get the resources that we need from here into the city. Because you can see right now when they make the request, things just come from back all the way back here. But if we had those located in the middle here, they could be right, yeah, in the middle there. Theoretically, you could even have them on that street. Yeah, okay, so settlement goal reached. Highway. Highways can't be connected to buildings. It can only be connected to road posts. Okay, that's interesting. So let's pause this. So now you can see we've got the furniture requirements that are coming up. Highway. I wonder. This is interesting. So we can do, so let's see. So if we've got a highway, what if, okay, I think that I've got this slightly positioned, not where I want it, but let's do this. So if we had a highway and we brought that highway, no, okay, so you need, okay, so it needs to be quite a long road. So if we escape off of that, so can we do, there. So then let's demolish that. Let's demolish that. Let's bring our road along here. And then let's take our road from here. Actually, I wonder if we can take, I wonder if I wanted that to be a bit longer. Now let's see how this works. So, because basically what I'm trying, I want to see how much more efficient highways are. So if we run everything into the highway and take that into the city, is it more effective than what we were doing before or not? Actually, I'm wondering even if, what if we take that out? Always pressing escape. One time too many. So what if we, do we have our, yeah, we've got our small warehouses. So what if we rotate that? So what do we want? We've got, let's say, 2 resources, I guess, really, to start. So let's put them on this side. And let's do apples as the far one. Let's do water as the intermediate one. So I'm curious, how does that work? Or does it work? Oh, I see. So it's got these, on the highway, it has these bigger vehicles that move along. Interesting. So it can take 2 things at a time over a distance. Interesting. Feel like that's better for this part up here. I don't think that it's necessarily optimal for what's going on down here, but I like what that's doing for getting resources out of here into our warehouse area. So now if we go, so we've got our water down here, we want our lumber, we want our stone. So let's think about how best to, oh, I see. I think I was missing a road connection there, so it wasn't actually going to do what I wanted it to, but that's okay, because we are going to, let's see, how do we want to, so if we do that, and then we use this as road into there, and then we've got this road. Interesting. Do I want to? So how do we want to do the, how does this lumber work? So we've got lumber camp. These are going to need apples, isn't that right? Yeah, they're going to need apples. So we really want put an apple there. So that connects in. Can we do another apple? Another apple there. And then if we bring a road down there, and if we take a road that way for that, and maybe we put warehouse here for apples and for water. Then we take this. Yeah, now so this is the stone. So for the quarry, how do we make this optimal? So we can build there. So if we built one there, built one there, built one there. Because you want to make sure you got enough space between them all so that they're not decreasing the efficiency of each other. So now those are doing their thing, but we need stone tools. So where do we want the stone tools to be happening? Is it better to have the stone tools over here as well? Because we can kind of do that, and then if we bring the road, can we make another small for tools? Then I need, so then it's going to be about furniture. See, I wonder if we can, if we extended this out. Still don't know the optimal amount to do for those little road spaces. But so if we add a storage. Like, I feel like we could be doing more of these in here, but let's see. If we do, one of these is tools, and one of these is the lumber. We can have another section over here, which is maybe another highway. Then we bring we're gonna turn this on. There's gonna be so much to run and see, but let's see what we get here. I don't know how many furniture places are we gonna be able to support off of that. So that means we need a warehouse down here. For furniture. I have no idea what this is going to do, so let's try running it and see what we get. Curious to see if we've come up with a reasonable way to see. There's too many resources over there. They're all stacking up. They're getting wasted on those nodes. And people really want their furniture. How is stuff working down here? We do have tools coming out, but we are wasting resources across the board. Oh, I see. So apples are needed down here. Interesting. I almost wonder, I guess apples are needed by a lot of things interesting. Okay. So we still have created some bad choke points. Because basically everything needs to come through this part right here. So this is not optimal. We just made more. We just made it more so like is it actually even better? We just made more choke points really, I think, or at least made the choke points feel worse. Yeah, this one down here is a disaster. But I actually wonder, if we, so the stone tools, yeah, so that's interesting. Stone tool maker takes a tree, okay. So the trees are used. Okay, so this is interesting. So we're gonna have a lot of interdependencies, but I feel like we've made things better. We've alleviated some of the pain. Not all of the pain, but we have alleviated some of it. There's a lot of cross-resource usage, which totally makes sense because that is kind of what you want. Oh boy, okay, stop for a second. I mean, they're trying to introduce a lot of back and forth between the buildings to introduce interesting problems that you have to solve. But now we're running out of trees. So we really need an oak forester. curious if we go like that, and we build a road around. So let's see. Let's see if we get to grow, because these guys are basically unhappy because they've started to run out of trees, I believe is what we're seeing. Basically now we're funneling water in here and it's creating a tree, which is going pretty fast. So you probably need at least, I would assume it's at least one forester for every lumber camp, but maybe even more. We have a lot less red. Things are moving now. So we've got our population is now up to 148. So after being stuck around the 100 mark for a while, we are growing, which is good. I almost feel like we want to go. I feel like if we go like this, so people can use the regular roads to get in, but they can use the highways to get to the warehouses, basically. So resources can funnel up a couple different ways into the city, which I think is a good thing. No, but we had some contention there. We lost some population because we didn't get the chairs to people fast enough. Yeah, there's a lot of things that need to move around. This is cool. This is interesting to see. It's lots to optimize in here. Speed of getting resources into the city, speed of getting resources back and forth between the different production buildings, the dependencies, the multiple places that certain things are needed. We're, it's funny, we are using a lot of apples in some places, but we're not in others. I like these highways though. I think they're really cool, the general idea. It's just a matter of the optimal place to use it to run those resources through, because you do run the risk of getting a bottleneck. Although I'm curious. I wonder what it would be like if, so let's pause this again. So we're at 186. So we are growing. We've gotten over some of those hiccups that we had. So what I'm wondering is, would it be useful if we basically had the one highway that ran all the way down? So if we got rid of the second one here, I guess let's see for a second. Are there many open? Because they're frequently moving one thing back and forth, but I don't feel like we've got multiples. You don't usually have both. See, down here, they've got both full sometimes, fairly often maybe. So I wonder, so if we pause this, so let's just, can we just extend? Okay, I think that's fine. So we can, oh no, that's not what I wanted. Let's delete that road here. Yeah, okay. Now, if we go and we take a highway, and oh, it's too short. Okay, so let's bulldoze this road for a moment. I use the escape to, where's this going? How far? That is there. That is there. And so then I use the escape basically to clear what I've actively selected, but it doesn't always. Sometimes it just takes me into the menu. So if we take that up to there, we get that, and if we take, where can we? But then, yeah, sometimes it takes me there. So I want to take that up to there. No, no, I just don't have enough. I don't have quite enough here. That's annoying. Maybe I don't need to worry about that. So what would it be like if, I wonder if this, yeah, so this goes to there. A lot of stuff going on in there. What is this? So that's the highway into that. So what I'm curious is if we blow this all up, if we blow that up, take that out. It'll give us some space back as well for some stuff in the middle there. So if we run it like that, does that does that work, or does that make things worse? Did we need, yeah, it's definitely, we're bottlenecked there because there's a lot of resources on that one. So I'm curious, what if can we make this more, no, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Does that make a difference, or does that, why is nothing going up that way? Okay, there. Now there's some going through. I think we're using both pathways now. Are we more efficient for it? I don't know. Restaurants, that's cool. Available in the next level. Because I feel like this is probably a decent arrangement because it's really useful, I think. You need all your resource stuff on the green. I don't think it matters if your houses are not on the green. feel like this is good. I feel like this is the best place for furniture. Because it's not taking up spots that other resources need. But we are probably... Still seems like we could use more water. Seems like water's our most in-demand resource. Because it just doesn't seem to be stacking up in any of the warehouses. It's not really that useful, is it? What happens if we funnel water that way? That might be nice to have water going two different ways out of there. I feel like we could have more residential. More residential going on based on most of these resources. Yeah, all the water's pretty maxed. So it's like if I put more in, I don't feel like I would get, if I put more residential in, I don't feel like I'd be able to keep up with what they wanted. What if we go up here? It's always annoying. I don't like it that you can't, I mean, it makes sense, but I don't like those two short roads. So let's bring that to there. And then let's take a take this down this way. I don't know if that's super useful. If we had, so if we went from there into a road here. So then I feel like we could put a warehouse. Let's make that a water warehouse. So then we could start to funnel resources down here, which I feel like is a good thing. So we come into woodwork, we do we bring our roads. And if we had an apple, if we take a road across. And if we put another forester in, we need to flip that around like that. Don't feel like we're generating enough water again, though. Let's see, so if we do that, and then we put road. Oh, that's okay. So we got lots of water going on there now. So now if we were to where would we put the next city center? So if we did it like that, and then if we look, I guess let's pause for a second. So what did we do up here? We did, so we did this. So if we rotate around, so we had one like that, we had one like that, and then we had one like, so we did 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we come over this way, we did 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we did road, so then the road comes, I think right there, down to 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 there. And then if we come from here and we go over to the one right before, the one right there, and then we come up. And then if we run, so this is going to be a big choke point, this road, but if we run that to there and then down into there, monument needs a bunch of resources too. So if we did, so I'm curious. So I think this will be, so I think this will do a bunch of stuff. Should allow us to get our population a bit higher. I'm curious if we come over here. Let's see if we can make that monument do anything as well. So let's run it fast. I think we'll get a bunch of stuff happening. need water into, let's see, now they're not bringing, I guess they are bringing water down. That was good. So I wonder if we can make, so can we bring some stuff? Can we kind of double the roads in? Which I think we're kind of accomplishing at the moment. $268. See, the trouble is the that's interesting. We're not really using the highway down at this end to its full potential. We've got lots of issues everywhere, but things are moving pretty well. We're up to 300 now on the population. I feel like we're better consuming a bunch of our resources. This monument should be done soon, I think. I think that is where we're putting the most resources. And theoretically, this should finish, I assume, at some point. Yeah, theoretically, that'll stop consuming stuff at some point. Okay. Resume, go back. It's hard for us to get past 300 population at the moment. We're up around 318. There's a lot of fighting for space. Does that help at all? I would think that it should, but yeah, it's taking some things out. We do seem to have lots of water in the system, which is good. I wasn't sure if we were going to have enough to really move very far. What's going on with the monument? We stopped. Oh, I see. We're making progress, but we still need a lot of stuff to actually make that monument happen. The furniture went faster than everything else. We could use some more tools. Don't really have a lot of tool building at the moment, but we're going to add more tooling. Yeah, see, there's a lot of things there right now. Let's see if we go and do this. Can we reduce some of that? Which now we're just kind of like, there's roads everywhere. Just go wherever you please. Curious if we can get more tooling built in here without making things crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of chaos right here. I don't feel like we're making the trees fast enough down here. hadn't necessarily thought I was going to put anything there, but yeah, we can do that. Let's see. What if we get rid of that? And what if we build the that there, and then we put the road to connect. And what if we build another, oops, what if we build another tool? Right there was perfect fit. Okay, so looking, so we're up to 468. So the tooling has helped. Tooling has helped. Can we actually, I feel like we're probably going to need another, let's see if we can get to 480 first. I feel like we're going to need another city center, but maybe we can unlock, maybe we can unlock some more options for upgrading our houses. Maybe that will help. So 480, I think we're at 480. Does that mean we get something new? Or is that, no, that's just what our max is. I see. This is our, so we're 480 out of 480. So we can't get any bigger the way that we are at the moment. That is unfortunate. Can we? Wondering if we can. So let's pause for a second. So what kind of chaos can we start? So what if we build another population center? I feel like we can be there, but can we be there? So we do 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, no, okay, now we're too close to the water. That is unfortunate, but we can do 1, 2, 3. So that is not quite as efficient as we have been. But let's see, if we go, let me take this. If we plug in there, and then I feel like we can probably do a bit of this as well. get the roads. So we start to run water basically from up here down into that. Population max is 696 now. Still not 700. So if we run this way, so we're gonna need apples as well. I just know it. So if we run, not going to be optimal. I think that's okay. Let's see. Let's see what we can drive the population to. Water's so difficult to get. Always in super demand on the water. It's interesting. We do have spare water and apples over here. Let's funnel those into the system. I wonder if we come over here, can we build another actually let's go if we put that right there, so we make sure we've got enough actual space. So if we rotate, so we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Start putting all the roads in. And if we put that up to there. So I realize that's going to put a lot of strain on stuff likely, but let's see what we can get going on. And if we come here, we put lots of stuff going on now. So if we go here, so we've increased the driver's speed. Driver speed is increased by 10%. That's cool. So we did successfully build the monument. $658. I feel like we can hit our 700 now. So we just had basically a bunch of untapped resource. We had some areas that we added extra, but we also had some inefficiencies where some resources were building up. So this should get us to 700 easy. Oh, I see. So we can keep, so we finished 2 of the 3 goals, so we could keep playing, try to get to 950, which would give us the 3 stars basically. But let's go back to the campaign. Sure, we'll autosave. That's fine. Nice. Okay, so there was only the 1 possible star here. Here we've got 3 stars. We only did 2 out of the 3. The next one, wow, there's a ton of these. Ooh, very cool. Different biomes. So the next one, Iron Tracks Island. Okay, and this one looks like we've got a tier 2 monument. Harness the power of trains to conquer mountain passes and lay the groundwork for your first city. Complete the island population goal, reach 175 population, reach 4,000 population. Very, very cool. Well, so this has been a lot of fun. I am quite enjoying this. Mini Settlers, newly left early access, and definitely something that we're going to be playing more of in the coming weeks. Excited to see the different campaigns, maybe even try a sandbox game, but starting to learn the ropes, some really cool stuff that you can do in here, and looking forward to seeing what else we unlock in the future campaign levels. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.